Welcome into A Soul's Journey Tarot. I thank you for being here, and I trust that this reading will find you when it is meant to find you. It is a timeless reading, and it is for all signs. So I just would like to welcome you to my channel. And this is only my second video that I've posted on my channel. I did post one earlier this evening, and it was a quick one. It was with my handwritten cards, and I was just excited to get something out there. It was more of a trial run, a true reading, but a trial run just to get familiar with posting the content for you. And also I was just checking the logistics out of recording. So if you caught that video and you liked it or subscribed already, I do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed and you enjoy the content, I would love for you to subscribe and help grow my channel. This is a passion project of mine that I've been wanting to do for a while now, probably for a year or two, something I've thought about very often. I am fairly new to tarot and very new to YouTube, so I've always been drawn to energy in a room, energy of people, just energy in general, universal energy, I suppose. And so I decided that I would like to tap into that a little bit more. I started learning about tarot. I started watching a lot of tarot readers, and I've learned a lot, and I'm still learning a lot. So please bear with me, and if you would maybe even consider offering a little grace along the way, I would appreciate it. And I'm going to try to do the same thing towards myself. So I over the years, I've found a lot of healing and clarity and guidance in following other tarot readers. So I'm hoping that I will be able to do the same for all of you. So as I said, if at any point, you're liking the video, if you would hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. And I would love for you to subscribe to my channel so you can follow my journey and we can grow together. So to get into the reading, I don't really have a specific, I'm not really sure which way it's going to go. I did pull 3 cards already just to get the energy started for the reading. So I'm going to go ahead and flip those over, and I am going to read. This is actually it's an energy oracle set. So this is a new set to me. I am not overly familiar with it. I actually got it a couple weeks ago, and I am going to read out of the guidebook because I do not want to misguide. However, I will tell you that in person with people and with cards, I do tend to draw energy and channel and receive channeled messages. So I use the cards more as a guide, and I tend to be very sensitive to the energy surrounding the cards. So I will tell you, just before I started, first of all, I had if you would have seen me trying to set this up, that the format is nice for you and the camera angle is nice and the camera stay and everything. It was quite the process, actually. So I'm probably going to be playing around with the setup, and so you may see from reading to reading that the setup may change. The lighting in my house obviously shifts a lot depending on the time of day. I am actually on the East Coast of United States, and it is currently 1:13 in the morning. I don't even know why I was so set on doing this late. I do have to get up for work in the morning. But for some reason, I was feeling so drawn to do this reading, and so I'm doing it. It is 1:14 in the morning currently, but I wanted to go ahead and offer you a reading, just get some energy out there for you. I do love doing like energy check-ins and things of that nature. Sometimes I will do a quick one just for myself during the day if I'm feeling my energy is off, or if I have a lot of questions pertaining to some situations that I'm dealing with that particular day, or maybe other people's energy. I do like to do some quick energy check-ins. So some of the readings will be just quick energy check-ins. That's what it was earlier. It was a divine masculine to a divine feminine, which was a ghosting situation. So I know that resonates with a lot of people, and I went ahead and got that one out earlier. So if you didn't check that video out and that sounds like it's something that resonates with you, please go ahead and check it out. It was the video it's the only other video besides this one currently, but I posted that one a couple hours ago. So, but as I was setting up, as I said, I was having some I don't know, just some difficulties with the camera, with my phone storage, with my first tripod for my phone. It actually fell apart, things like that. So I don't know if I feel like I should definitely let you know the energy surrounding the reading, because it may actually resonate with you. It may, there might be some sort of messaging in that. I'm not sure if maybe whoever is listening to this right now is having, similar issues, or maybe was drawn to this reading because you're having maybe some disheveled energy and things like that. So I don't know, but I thought it was worth mentioning. The other thing that is worth mentioning is I actually pulled on a sweater to start the reading. I grabbed a sweater out of my closet before I came on the video, and I just randomly grabbed one to pull over myself, and it is blue. I also, if you take note, I have a lot of blue on this table, which is not necessarily intentional, but there is a lot of blue, and blue is very symbolic of communication. So I don't know we'll see within the reading, of course, but I don't know if you are currently experiencing some communication blockages or communication issues in your life, or if maybe you have just opened up communication. So we'll see where the reading goes. I do have, so I have my energy oracle cards, which is what we're going to start with. I have my divine abundance cards. Those are also oracle cards. I have the hidden truth oracle, and then I have my handwritten. I actually just made them all today. Maybe that's why I was super excited about doing these readings today. That's probably why, actually. And I do have tarot cards. However, I don't know how I did this, but I actually misplaced them, which is also interesting. I was doing some projects in my house and I tucked them somewhere for safety and hid them so well I hid them from myself. So, um, anyway, so I just figured I would start with these, and when I get the tarot cards back, I will definitely do the tarot. I love to read tarot, so I will definitely be doing that shortly. And we're going to get started with the energy oracle cards. I also wanted to note that I have a candle going over here, and I love this candle. It's actually very low right now, so hopefully it will be okay through the reading. It might actually go out, but it's one of those like the fire where it like crackles, kind of makes like a fireplace noise, which I love. And it's also a candle that says seeking balance. So I don't know if that's symbolic for anybody, but I felt called to point that out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. As I said, I am going to read out of the book, so I hope that does not bother people. I am learning. I want to offer, I would love to offer my guidance and my, I don't know, a gift is coming to mind, but I don't really like, that's not really my style to say my gift. I don't know. But I really do want to offer my passion of energy and just putting some positivity out there for you and helping you gain some clarity. I am definitely coming out of a time in my life. I am in extraordinary transition in my life right now. And if you're drawn to my channel or into my readings, it is possible that you too are going through transition and seeking some guidance that possibly through my personal experiences incorporated into the tarot, we may, it may be why you're pulled into my channel and why my readings may resonate with you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Before I do, I just want to note, I don't know how long this reading is going to be. I want to take my time. I want to give you, I love to offer thorough readings, and so this will probably be a slightly longer reading. We're already at 13 minutes, so I'm thinking probably close to 45 minutes or so. And I am going to start with this first card. So this card, I'm going to actually kind of hold up into the camera. I hope you can see it. I don't know if you can really see it that well, but so this is a beautiful card actually. So we have a number 4 card. We have a rainbow. We have what appears to be a family of 4. Looks like father, son, daughter, and mother, or I should probably say a father figure, a mother figure, daughter, son. It does say happy family. So I'm going to go ahead and read that card for you. It did come out upright, so we're going to read it upright. So we have happy family, closeness, fun, and caring. Upright, the rainbow over this happy family portends a time of joy and celebration. Close connections are available, so don't overlook the fun and frivolity that a friend or family experience can bring. The value that you find in a true, loving relative or friend brings a higher vibration to your life force. You may be distracted or busy, but remember to put this part of your life in the forefront of your priorities. If you're single, finding this card in your spread could indicate a potential meeting and perhaps relationship with someone who has children from a previous marriage. This ready-made family might bring some challenges, but it could be your destiny in this lifetime. This card may also simply signify a celebration coming up, such as a wedding, an anniversary, a birthday party. Enjoy. Okay, so there is also an affirmation here for this card. It says, I open myself to a new and deeper experience of family. I am ready to see greatness and and I am ready to see greater happiness there. I know that I am the loving family that I need. Okay, so as I was reading that, I was kind of getting some messages coming through. So as it says, it may portray your actual family. It may portray just, the start of something, celebration, a wedding, an anniversary, a birthday party, something that you tend to celebrate with family members. And also for those of you who are not currently in a connection or married or, in a life partnership or anything of that sort with children, you may be coming across somebody who does have children or a child, and it could signify that you are going to be coming into union with somebody who already has a family structure in their life. So we're going to go forward into this. Okay, so we have number 52. I'm going to kind of hold this up for you. If you see number 52, she looks like she's holding a moon. Beautiful, beautiful card. Beautiful young lady. And she is the number 52 card is Goddess of the Moon. So we're going to go ahead and read that. So Goddess of the Moon signifies intuition and going within. Upright, this card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it. The Goddess of the Moon brings you all sorts of information, from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you could get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later that you've avoided a 3-hour traffic jam. Or you might have an idea for a great invention, a stock investment, or a spellbinding novel. This card could also indicate significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, even on a professional level. You're always blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up. get ready for amazing inspiration this brings. So obviously I kind of chuckled at this card as I'm reading this because of the mediumship and the psychic abilities and things like that on a professional level. I find it very interesting that that card popped up, and I kind of feel a little guilty because I feel like that was sort of exactly what I was just explaining to you all, and I'm feeling this message personally as well. So obviously this one is encouraging your intuition, expansion. Basically, if you have an idea, what I'm hearing is if you have an idea and you have something on the back burner of your ideas, now is the time to take action on that. You're being called to truly trust your intuition, and yeah, I might be speaking to some other healers out there, people that may be considering doing what I'm doing right now, you know, starting that YouTube channel, starting to offer readings on a professional level, starting to tap into your intuitive nature to guide people, to help people, to heal people. I'm getting a strong message of purpose. So I just want to relay that to you. Your affirmation, there's an affirmation for this card as well. It says, I have a strong intuitive voice. I freely receive guidance, and I understand and trust the messages I receive. Oh my goodness. How wild is that? That's amazing to me. Yeah. Follow that intuition. We all receive guidance. We all receive intuitive downloads. So often, I can tell you from personal experience, I've always received intuitive downloads. I've always received channeled messages. I never understood the extent of what it was. I just thought I would have random thoughts, and I'm a Pisces, so I tend to have that very creative kind of it's hard to kind of tame in my ideas sometimes. It's kind of a blessing and a curse, to be honest with you, because I can visualize so many things and I get so many ideas, and it's hard to kind of rein it in. It's hard to trust my own intuition. A lot of times, you know, we'll receive thoughts, what we think are thoughts, and they seem so random or far-fetched or something along those lines that we dismiss them as it being a silly idea. I can tell you from personal experience that the only time that I've ever regretted how I deal with my thoughts is when I dismiss them. When I don't follow my intuition, I always go off path. When I follow my intuition, it's rarely wrong. But it's all part of the journey. It's all part of our soul's journey, which is partially why my channel is named what it is. And it's all part of our personal growth. Learning to understand, you know, what our thoughts, kind of like, how do I say, like spontaneous thoughts, or there's a word that I'm thinking and it's just not coming to me. Um, Kind of like where you have thoughts like irrational. That's what I'm looking for. You know, sometimes we have kind of irrational thoughts. I've been learning a lot lately of attachment styles and egos versus intuition, um, like the 3D versus the 5D world. And it's been super enlightening for me. You may, if it's something that interests you, you may want to look into it as well. If you're feeling a little lost, if you're feeling a little anxious or anything like that, you may want to look into the ego versus intuition, your 3D versus your 5D self. You know, basically the physical human side of us versus our spiritual being, our energy, our soul. And it's really helped me a lot. It's helped ground me a lot. And maybe that's part of what some of you are supposed to be doing as well, I'm hearing. So I'm just going to pass that along to you. I don't know. I'm really sensing that someone out there that's listening to this is feeling, I'm hearing restless, anxious, just ungrounded. And not you, not as a person. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just that something disrupted your energy, and I feel like you're questioning yourself right now. Maybe not trusting your own thoughts, your own intuition, which I completely resonate with. And it's truly through learning about all of the things that I just mentioned that has allowed me to kind of find a sense of peace within myself these last couple years. This particular this year, 2025 in particular, it's really helped me to learn more about that. And it's also helped me with like my interpersonal relationships, which, you know, the goddess of the moon connected to the happy family. There may be like a bit of a disconnect right now. I'm feeling like somebody is being affected by maybe not trusting their own intuition, and how that is then indirectly affecting this particular card. So I think for some of you, you have the happy family intact, and following your intuition and moving forward with your intuitive nature is just part of your journey. It's part of your growth. Then I'm feeling this flip side where your the happy family portion is almost like a reverse version of it, where the lack of trust in your intuition is actually affecting you obtaining the next relationship, the next step in your life towards the happy family. I feel like this is something you want, though. I'm getting a very strong message that this like once you get your once you start trusting your intuition and you start trusting yourself, I feel like it's going to guide you to your happy family. That's what I'm hearing. And I just got like covered in chills. So somebody out there, somebody listening needs to know that. And I'm being told again, and I'm sorry if I repeat myself, but when I get the messages, it's like I have to tell you the messages or they're just going to keep repeating and it's just going to kind of take over. It'll take over the reading and kind of get it stuck in a loop if I don't communicate the messages that I'm being asked to offer you. So I am being told though to just please give yourself grace. Like there's nothing wrong with you. Something came in and disrupted you. Or I'm also hearing for some of you that it's like old wounding, childhood wounding, things of that nature, maybe previous relationships that made you feel like your intuition was silly, your ideas were silly. Maybe people were kind of questioning the path you were wanting to take. And it kind of, I'm hearing that it kind of broke you a little bit, like your confidence. And guys, I'm going to turn this just a little bit. I just want to get this a little further out to the, I can't really, it just keeps going back. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I feel like we have two collectives happening right now. So I am going to kind of address both of you. Again, I feel like we have the already established happy family celebration mode, you know, kind of a lot going on, a lot opening up in your life, and you are meant to continue on that intuitive path, like continue to listen. You are on path, and follow your intuition, like keep doing that. And I again just got like covered in chills when I just said that. So somebody needs to hear that out there today. And then I have my reverse collective. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a sip of tea. Okay, thank you, sorry. I have my reverse collective who I just feel like someone tried to break your goddess energy, you know? And when I speak of male, female, like what appears in a 3D and a human form to be male and female, it's not always that way in energy. You can be male and have goddess energy. You can be very masculine male and have goddess energy. It's just your intuition. It's just that being in touch with your divine, you know, like your feminine side, I want to say, your feminine energies, which I have learned through I've been really diving deep into as I said, different types of personalities, different attachment styles, different how our, you know, past trauma. I've been really diving deep into just people, human energy, soul level energy, and I've learned a lot about how when we have healthy connections and we are feeling our most balanced, it's because we have like we come from a balanced masculine and feminine energy, and it does not matter if you are male or female. It's just your energy. So our third card is number 48. That's so funny. It's number 48 and it's the Angel of Balance. I was literally just talking about balance. This is why I love readings. This is why I love this type of thing. I love it. That just made me so happy. It was just validation, just some confirmation of what we were just, or I say we. I'm already grouping y'all in, like we're having a conversation. Because once you enter my world, what you'll learn about me is once you enter my world, you're like family to me. So I'll say we a lot because I'm already including you into my world. You're in my energy field, so you're in my world, you're family now. So Angel of Balance, you can see she has pyramids behind her, and oh, they're just beautiful. I love anything like this, like romantic goddess, angelic. I love it all. I love these cards. They're actually really pretty. So, okay, let's read on that one and see how it connects into the others. And then we'll see where we go from there. I might pull more of the angel energy because I'm not getting like a strong love read on this one. This one seems more just like life purpose, but we'll see. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Okay, so card number 48. And when I say the card numbers themselves, like the actual numerical value of the card, may also be significant. So, you know, we have 4, we have 52, we have 48. I'm hearing that could actually even be ages of, I don't know, like someone in the connection could be 48 with like a 4-year-old meeting a 52-year-old, I just heard. You and your partner might be 48, 52, and you may have a 4-year-old. You might have 4 children. You might be 48, 52 with 4 children, or you're 40 or 52 meeting the counterpart with 4 children, something along those lines. I just kind of got that message, so I just wanted to get that out there. But card number 48 is Angel of Balance, being centered and self-honoring in your choices. Oh, love it. Okay, so upright, and I'm sorry ahead of time if I can read. For whatever reason, I'm getting like kind of choked up on my words, so I don't know if that's significant to somebody, but I also am incredibly overdue for an eye appointment, and my vision close up has been changing significantly these last year or two, and I think I need progressive lenses or readers or something because it's getting harder and harder for me to read close up. So please don't judge me. I actually really can read, but I realize I'm stumbling a lot on the reading. But that might be energetically significant, or it could just be because my eyes are currently failing me. I do wear glasses because I cannot see far away, but within the last year or two, I am struggling to see close up. So please, please don't judge me. Okay, so upright, we have this loving presence holds a pitcher of liquid light in front of the pyramids, reminding you that a strong destiny relies on a solid foundation of personal balance and emotional equanimity. Equanimity, it says, actually. Sorry, I missed a syllable. Although things may have been out of sync in the past, this card is telling you that a greater equilibrium is now coming into your life. Remain conscious about how you are balancing your goals and your physical and emotional energy as well. Whenever you feel yourself getting off center or losing focus, call upon this beautiful angel and bring her intention into your heart center. Your intuition will lead you in the right direction, and the angel will guide you to a peaceful and centered approach. I love this. I love this so much for you. You are simply being guided to remain balanced in your life. This is just a very powerful message for somebody to I'm hearing like follow that softness within you. You know, follow that soft energy. I just keep hearing soft energy. I was having a conversation with my son the other day. He is actually in college, his first year of college, and he had contacted me. He doesn't call me often from school. We're very, very close, but I give him his space. And I'm letting him spread his little wings, you know. But I'm being kind of called to just share this story with you of that. He had contacted me and we were talking about a situation, like a social situation in college. It's really not like a big deal of a situation, but to him, obviously, it was something that he brought up to me. So apparently it was, it's important to him. It was nothing major though that happened. It was not like nothing bad, but we got into a conversation about energy, and I explained to him how love is like our highest vibrational energy, and that's something that we want to be mindful of, is when our intention is set from a place of love, from a vibration of love. I feel like we flow through life in a different type of way. It's also very hard to rattle somebody, to break somebody, and to kind of knock someone off their path when they are very grounded in a vibration of love. And I don't mean like romantic love. I'm just saying like when you set an intention in your day, in your life, to be a source of love and kindness, and you walk through life with intention of living in a higher purpose, or but that love vibration is so high and it's so intentional and it's so purposeful and it's so crucial in standing firm and staying balanced and staying grounded. And I feel like on the two sides of this reading, we have our goddess of the moon, which is encouraging you to stay in your intention, to follow your intuition. Again, I am getting chills, like from head to toe. When I get chills from head to toe, when I feel like somebody just sucked me in a refrigerator or freezer or something like that, or turned on an air conditioner directly onto my skin, that is always confirmation that whatever I'm saying or thinking, or somebody is speaking to me, if I'm in person with somebody, that's always confirmation to me that that is the correct message. And when I just look down, I actually have a stopwatch timer going on my iPad down here just so I don't lose track of time completely. When I looked down, the time was it was like 45 minutes, 44 seconds. So 4444 may be very symbolic, which we do have a 4 here. But 4444 may be symbolic, and I'm getting chills again. I feel like that's some sort of confirmation, and it's an angel number that you can, if this part of this reading is resonating with you, you may want to look up angel number 4444 and check out the meaning of that and see if that resonates with you or offers you additional guidance or additional direction, because I just feel like that's important right now. So as I was just saying, we have the goddess who's being called to trust their intuition, and then you have the angel of balance, where basically it's just a continuation of that. It's basically I'm feeling that when you stay in your, I just heard like in your power, when you stay in that power of trusting your own intuition, and you move forward trusting your intuition, that the balance and the equilibrium in your life and the stability in your life and that very soft feminine power that you will have. I feel like that's just going to bring you to such a peaceful place within your life. And I actually, as I was saying that last part, I think that is true for both collectives. I think this is kind of where the collectives come together, and your messaging is very similar, regardless of the backstory of how these two cards were affecting each other. I feel like the transition from the goddess of the moon into the angel of balance, I feel like brings the two collectives that we were speaking about. I believe it brings you all together, and I believe the messaging is pretty similar. So I think the two collectives are kind of on the same path. I think how you got to the angel of balance is different, but that's true, right? That's true in all things in life. Like, I spent 20 years in a career that I worked with people. I worked with people every single day. I worked with multiple people every single day. And I worked with people in a very vulnerable way, in a very intimate way, where people trusted in me, they confided in me, and I learned a lot about human nature. Technically, I was a service provider and a business owner, and I provided a service. However, I always said that I'll tell you what I did, because it's sounding kind of sketchy as I'm saying it. So I owned a salon. I technically still own it, but I've stepped away from it these last 2 years, to just kind of pivot career-wise and life-wise and everything. Just kind of reevaluating. That's why I say I'm in a huge transition. So if you are in a transition, I feel like, perhaps That's why you're called. That's maybe why you were called into my channel. Maybe that was why you were kind of called, brought into my energy, because it's all a process. And as I heal as a person and I have these realizations, then I can share them with all of you. I can share my experiences, and I've always loved to I always say that if I can share experiences that I have been through, even the super, super painful ones, if I can share them and it helps somebody else, it helps heal somebody, or it helps give, it offers somebody hope or anything, just brings them one step closer to being healed, to finding their own sense of peace. If anything I ever share resonates with anybody and helps them, then at least, my experience or my pain wasn't for nothing, right? Um, and it really just does come from a place of, I spent my whole adult life in a service-based industry, establishing relationships and trust with people. And I always said that, I didn't just own the salon and I didn't just do hair. I connected with people, and through my profession, through my career, I was able to really study people and study human nature. And bringing that together with what I'm doing here on this channel, I hope will be very beneficial. And I hope that it helps, even if it helps one person, it is absolutely worth it to me. So I feel like in all ways, what I was actually getting at with explaining what I did for a living and working with different people and hearing all different people's lives and stories and experiences, is that the amount of time that people would say to me, well, this is going on and this is going on, but I shouldn't complain because this person has it worse, or this situation's worse, or things like that. I mean, I always used to tell people, I always say my people. I always told my people that, because customer sounds too cold for me, because I established like legitimate relationships with these people over the years. Even guests feels a little odd, as I said before. If you're in my world, you're in my world. Like, you're in my energy, you're in my circle, so you're like soul families to me. But I always explain to people that, everyone's circumstances are different, yes. And without discrediting or discounting like anybody's experience, some may be worse experiences, right? Like, you might have an experience that's worse than someone else or not as bad as someone else or whatever. But that's kind of irrelevant when it comes to the fact that at the end of the day, you still have those same human emotions, right? Like, you still have those same feelings as that next person. The emotions are similar. So I feel like that's kind of what's happening here with these two collectives, is it's kind of bringing you both into a place of balance. So, and this might be significant to somebody's connection with their counterpart or their partner. I'm hearing that this point might actually be significant to your connection or an upcoming connection in your life, is that the two of you may have come through different circumstances. You may have come through different life experiences. You may have experienced different types of trauma, but you're here. You're creating balance. You're creating purpose. And you just also, I'm just being called to just remind you from this reading that you want to balance your goals with your physical and emotional energy. We very, very much live in a hustle culture. I know this for a fact because I worked in corporate America for 5 years before I got into the salon industry. And in the salon industry, it was very much a hustle culture as well. I mean, we were basically scheduled out every 15 minutes. Not with a new person, but like our schedule is blocked out every 15 minutes. And I'm just getting a message of like, don't, just be cautious. I'm not telling you what to do. I would not do that, but I'm just, anything I say is just kind of coming across as a message that I'm being asked to give you. So understand it's not coming from me as a personal, like a judgment or you should do this or that, because that's like not my place. And this is a very one-sided conversation. If you were sitting here talking to me, we could conversate a bit. But I'm coming, obviously I'm the only one here and I'm reading the cards. So it feels like a super one-sided conversation to me, which is kind of feels a little odd, but so I'm not saying like you should, or I'm not shaming you in any way, shape, or form, or judging, but I am getting a message to just be cautious of that emotional and physical energy in comparison to what the goals are. Someone needs to hear that, the hustle isn't always the way, right? Finding balance within yourself. And if we kind of reverse engineer this again, like we did last time, from this card back to happy family, I do think for some of you, this balance is going to allow you to hear your intuition more, which then is going to bring you this. Going to bring you into union with somebody where you will be able to have that family, like that happy family. Just that freedom, just that sense of peace within yourself. And for the other side of you who already has the family, I feel like there's somebody who needs to hear to really be mindful of keeping your energy versus your goals. So your physical and emotional energy and your goals, just, keep that in balance so you too can hear your intuition, so you too can hear what you're being called to do, because you already have this. And we don't want that to change. You know, we don't want that. We don't want you to feel regretful, um, anything like that, you know? Okay, so we have an affirmation for the Angel of Balance that I did not read. So our affirmation for card number 48, which is our Angel of Balance, it's I live a balanced and centered life. As I care for myself, the universe cares for me also. And that is the whole essence of this reading. I'm just hearing that. It's so funny because I actually personally posted something earlier today about since my son, who's my youngest, I have two boys, two sons. They're not boys, they're young men now. But I call them my boys. The one that just went to college is my youngest. So this is a very different point in my life, and maybe some of you are in this space as well, where your life is currently going through transition. And then I think for the majority of you, I think that you are either being asked to, you know, find that balance within yourself so you can just be in alignment with your intuition, so you can then create your happy family. And then for some of you, as I said before, but I'm being asked to reiterate it, is some of you are in a space where you're being asked to create some balance between your, you know, your physical energy, your mental, your emotional and physical energy, as well as your goals, because you're definitely being guided at this point to not put so much emphasis on your goals where you're not staying centered, you know, which could potentially lead to health issues and things like that. But what I find interesting about this, and the you know, they say there are no coincidences in this life. So what's really interesting and kind of validates this whole messaging of this reading today is, you know, earlier I had posted about, today was day number 261 that I officially started prioritizing myself again. You know, I did throughout my life in waves, but I really didn't. I didn't prioritize myself or like my health and things that made me happy, things that brought me peace. I mean, honestly, I always loved being like I always loved like those traditional like feminine roles, right? Like I love the domestic side of being a mom, and when I was a wife and all of that, like I loved all of that. So when I speak of, you know, my peace and happiness, those things did bring me peace and happiness. But little by little, and I know that most of you listening, because I know that this is very true for a lot of people. And just all the conversations I've had with people over the years is that little by little, you can love and find so much happiness in your family. Um, but at the end of the day, you're still you. And, you know, little by little, we start chiseling away little pieces of ourselves that we just don't prioritize anymore. A lot of times, for a lot of people, specifically feminines, actually like women, like the moms, it's incredibly common that you just stop taking care of yourself, and that's kind of where I was cycling around. And when my son went off to college, him and I both made a promise to each other that we were going to we were gonna do our thing and spread our wings and become the best version of ourselves that we both individually could while we were separated, because we were never ever apart. I promised him that, I'd be good and I'd keep just healing and working on myself. And that I just, every time he came home, I just wanted to be a stronger, better, healthier version, both physically, mentally, or I said both, but I guess all three things, physically, mentally, emotionally. And I feel like maybe that's where some of you are at, where maybe you feel like there's just little pieces of you that is kind of falling off, And when I say a feminine energy, I don't necessarily mean male versus female for all of you. I was just speaking from my personal experience as a female. But that is, partially feminine energy, which masculine, men have as well. And keeping that all in balance is very important. So these are just the messages that I'm being asked to pass along to you. Again, when I'm talking, I don't necessarily, it's not necessarily like me telling you what to do. Oh, please, please, please understand that. I just get the messages and I just gotta kind of tell you. So I'm gonna we're at about an hour and 8 minutes currently. So I am gonna go ahead and close this reading out. I hope that it helps somebody. I really hope that it helped somebody out there. I hope that whoever found it, I hope you came across my channel for a reason. And if you made it this far, I hope you've liked the video by now. And I hope that you subscribe and join me in this new journey. I'm just a regular, everyday person, just like all of you listening. I'm technically still a wife, but not really. And, I'm a mom. So much of my life is in transition, and this, I have just been pulled and pulled and pulled in this direction to do this YouTube channel. Not necessarily for me, but as an outlet to help all of you. I feel like there's a lot of, younger families. I don't necessarily mean like age-wise. I mean like families that, you could, like, I have a high school, like a previous classmate. She's my age and she just is having her first baby. So when I say young versus old, I mean like phase of family, where you might be my age but just having kids, so you're kind of like a young family then, right? Like a newer family. And I feel like there's a ton of pressure, on people right now. And I just feel like I'm being called to like share some of the experiences I've had, and it's not because I think that much of myself. It's just that I'm on the flip side of what you all are doing. Some of you are on the flip side like I am, and some of you are even beyond me. You might be on the flip side of like your grandchildren now being older and things like that. But I have always been very, very, very in touch with my emotions and like my soul, my intuition. I always have been ever since I was a little tiny little girl. And my dad used to tuck me in at night and he'd say, "You can't save the world." And I always said, "But I can try," you know? That mentality comes with a whole nother set of of issues, honestly. And we'll get into that, I'm sure, at some point in someone's reading. But I've just been ignoring my own intuition, as I've just told all of you this, to start this channel and to offer some level of guidance, and to just be a vehicle for people's growth and their healing. I speak of growth and healing a lot. So and that was part of me I just realized that I never really finished my story earlier about my son going off to college, but I just recommitted to becoming a healthier version of myself. And today I actually posted something personally, on my social media. Just that, at some point you realize that you have to give yourself that same level of love and nurture that you give everybody else. And that you are important too. Like, you matter too. You need you too. And it's interesting that this has been the reading tonight, because that was kind of the essence of how I started my own personal morning. So very, very interesting. So what I'm going to do for you to close out this reading, I don't really feel like the Hidden Truth Oracle. I don't really want to pull another energy oracle. I'm being very called to this deck, which is a Divine Abundance, because I feel like that's kind of like the path here. It's more of an energy read of like purpose, intuition. It's kind of like, leading up to that abundance. And the handwritten cards are more for like relationships, like counterparts and things like that. So I'm feeling called to the Divine Abundance card. So I already cleared them out earlier. So I am just going to shuffle them out, and I'm just going to ask, I just would like to see which one. I'm going to try to just get one out here for you guys of what divine abundance message you are meant to hear today. Oops, okay. That was a little too many. This one actually fell first. I'll read these to you because I always it's not that I get upset with readers when they just pick them up and scoop them in. I mean, people read however they read, and I respect that. There are so many phenomenal readers out here on YouTube. I'm gonna save this one for last, okay? Because that was the one that seemed like it wanted to close out your reading today. But I am gonna do these because they all fell out, and I feel like there's probably a message in here, so we're gonna do this quickly. So we have allowing radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment. So what's needed can come next. That's pretty on point. We have your path. Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. So this one is definitely, that one is also on path, on your path for sure. And then we have inner power. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. We have ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. Wow, guys. This is why I love energy. This is it. It's just reconfirming everything we have been talking about. Individuality. Every person has their own personalized study plan in this earth school. So just like we were saying before, you and I can have two very different experiences. We can have very different paths. But at the end of the day, like our goals and what we want in life are going to be pretty similar, I always say that if you took like 100 people and you put them behind like a curtain on stage and you ask them the same questions, most of those people are going to give you the same exact answers of what's important to them. Most people. Then we have worth. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. Guys, that's how we started this reading, about love being the highest vibration. I love you all. I just feel like I feel like this is channeling like a collective that is just full of purpose. That's what I'm feeling. I got chills again. Okay, ready? So this is going to close out your reading. So we have awakening. Oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. So I do feel called to tell you that, some of the wording in the cards may have like a little religious nod. Take that and interpret that, please, as you see fit. It's not necessarily meant to, you can take it in a religious context. You can take it in an energetic, universal, an energy. Just The underlying message of the cards are going to be, similar if you swap out certain verbiage or wording. So basically, this one is about following those instincts, following those thoughts, that common sense, that direction within yourself, which has been our entire reading. So I feel like so many of you out there are experiencing a very big shift, a very big awakening inside of yourselves, inside of your soul, inside of your spirits, and like your individual spirit, I mean. And I hope that this reading, I hope that, the little side notes that I shared along the way, the things that I have been guided to offer you, the messages and the experiences that I was asked to offer you tonight, I hope that somebody drew something out of it that helps you on your path. I hope it helps you heal. I hope it helps you grow. I hope it helps you have some clarity and yeah. I feel good about this reading, guys. I feel like so many of you are very, very powerful, very energetic, and very full of love and life, and you're just being asked to trust yourself, trust in that divine power that you have, and go. I always tell my son, go out there and show them what the world's made of. Or show, I'm sorry, I said that so wrong. Show the world who you're made of, is what I meant to say. I always say, show the world what my boy is made of. And I'm feeling called to remind you of that tonight. I've learned in my life, and I'm being asked to share this with you, is that don't be small for anybody, I feel like there's a lot of really bright spirits, bright souls out there. I feel like a lot of you are like a bright light in a lot of people's lives. And I just want to remind you, don't let people dim that out, So I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. It was very long. I apologize. Hopefully you were, I don't know. I do a lot of things when I listen to readings. I usually put them in my earbuds, and I basically listen to like YouTube readings and podcasts and things all day as I'm working on other things in my life. So I hope you were able to either relax for an hour and 23 minutes, almost 24 minutes, or that you possibly were driving safely somewhere, or perhaps you got a lot of cleaning done. I don't know, while you listened. So my readings will be all different lengths, whatever I feel called to do. I just want to be thorough and give you guys the best readings that I can. So again, I'm just gonna just kindly remind you that if you have enjoyed this reading, I would love, love if you would just push the little like button, the little thumbs up. And if you've enjoyed this time with me tonight, I ask that you consider subscribing to my channel so I can continue to offer you readings, and more people, you know, obviously the more active the channel is, the more people will be able to engage and be exposed to the channel. And that's my goal, you know, that's my goal, is to reach as many people as I can, not from a place of ego or anything, but just because I just feel called to do it, and I want to help people. I want to spread some positive vibes out there into this world. So by subscribing and liking the video, you will help support my mission in doing so. And you all listening now are my my OGs in this channel. So we'll grow together. We're gonna heal and grow together. And I'm really, really excited. Really, really excited. This reading was so beautiful, and I just feel like I'm just channeling in a really beautiful collective. Really, really good energy tonight. So thank you. Be well, and I will catch you next time. Thank you, guys. Good night.